Hey everybody, how's everyone doing out there in the world? Happy Saturday. I had a memory that came back to me of a dream that I had a very, very long time ago. This is before I had my kids. And in this dream, I was sitting on the edge of a waterfall. I was like sitting on the rock and just kind of like relaxing and meditating and enjoying, the water and the sounds around me. And had this kind of feeling of peace. But then all of a sudden appeared women around me. And I didn't know the women, but they felt like they knew me. It felt like that they knew me. And they started to do things to me. They were like preparing me for something. They were painting like symbols and sigils on my skin, and they were braiding my hair, and they were like preparing me. And as I was sitting there, kind of like wondering what was happening, I kind of had the feeling that the next part after the ceremony of the preparation was that I was going to have to jump into the water. Like I was going to have to jump into the river, down the waterfall. And like this is just a feeling that I was getting from the women that were preparing me, that this is what they were preparing me for. And so I kind of got really scared because I had the thought that, well, this is my death. Like, this is what this is. I'm going to have to jump in the river and I'm going to drown. And they're lovingly, preparing me for my death. And it was scary at first. And then I kind of surrendered to the thought. And I was like, okay, I guess if it's my time to move to the next thing, I will accept it. And obviously I have love around me, and I'm prepared, and I will take the plunge. And so, the women stood me up, and they finished their last minute preparation of me and motioned that I was then to jump into the water. And I did. I just took a leap of faith and jumped into the water. And what happened next was the most amazing thing. I did not die. I did not drown. I jumped into the water, and my head popped up and my body popped up, and I was floating. And I was now just being taken down the river. The river was taking my body to the next thing. I woke up, and I think it was later that year I became pregnant with my first child. And so looking back on that dream, I realized that actually, they weren't preparing me for my death. They were preparing me for motherhood. They were preparing me for the next stage in my life. And so many years ago, and when I look back at it now, I'm really seeing like the significance of the women and the braiding of the hair and the painting of the sigils on the body, and things that I didn't really understand back then but now have so much meaning for me. It's pretty incredible, and I think back on that every time I'm jumping into, or I'm about to do something that maybe I'm not sure of. I wanted to share that because I think a lot of us are in that time right now, especially with the world and things that are going on right now, that we're shifting. Our lives are shifting. All of us are going through this incredible transformation. And the lives that we knew before, even a year ago, are no longer. All of our lives have changed, and they're going to continue to change. So as we move into whatever this next phase is going to be for us, you know, we're all going to have a different phase, but whatever this next phase is for us, I think that we have to remember that we are not alone. You know, I mean, we're being guided. We have our ancestors, and we have our, you know, whatever spirits around us, and our friends with us here on this plane, and you know, if you have a faith in a higher being, then you have that guiding you. And so I know that this is a kind of a scary time, and we all feel very alone, but just like the women that came to prepare me for the next stage in my life, remember that we have all of that with us. Each of us have our team that are with us in helping guide us to this next stage. And I hope everybody feels brave enough to jump into the river, you know, even if it might mean it's your death. Well, it's probably not, but you know, not knowing what you're gonna end up with. And I hope that we all find how beautifully we float, you know, down to the next thing. And hopefully we will all try to enjoy the ride a little, even though it is, you know, rocky and unsure. And, you know, I think it could still be okay. It could still be okay. So, speaking of braiding hair, I need to get some new ones in. These are about ready to come out, and maybe prepare myself for the next stage of whatever is coming down the pike for me. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful Saturday. I love you.